train through the bitter, cold landscape. Where does the train lead? Where is it going? To Leningrad, part of the Soviet Union. Now, you've all seen Enemy of the Gates, right? Right? When your comrade drops the rifle, you pick up the rifle, right? That's right. But what if we tried to recreate that as accurately as the movie as possible? By the way, not an accurate movie. Boom. Outdated weapons. Only the basic bolt action weapon. Delete everything else. Everything. Boom. Guns. Only 10 width infantry with bolt action rifles versus the might of the German army. Is this even possible? And how many casualties will this result in? And is it even possible to bleed out the Germans for so long to make them scrape the barrel and have zero manpower? All these questions answered today on this episode of Feedback Gaming Soviet Russia. Boom. You know the plan. All the boyos into Moscow, and we're going to build a few civies. For the most part, we're really not even going to need that many military factories, but we'll end up building them just because we've got the excess production. So key things we're going to need is, because we don't have any air force, we're going to need armored trains. Otherwise, we're going to lose all of our supply, and our divisions that are firing bolt action weapons will have no firepower. Even though they do kind of have no firepower because they're just bolt action rifles, but they'll have less than no firepower. Less than zero. Divide by zero. Stalin, Stalin, path of Marxist-Leninism is the path we're going for. Mr. Stalin. Stalin's Russia. Here we go. First off, we're actually going to mark this gun as it is actually in commission, but the new gun is decommissioned. Makes no sense. Okay, we don't have a 10 width infantry, but the closest we've got is a 10 width horse. So all of them become horse. Not going to need dispersed industry. What was I thinking? Concentrated. For one time, this is actually worthwhile. Armor that train. The first Moscow trial. Stalin's a little bit paranoid. The power of foreshadowing. I know they will not purge the army reformer. Trust me. Hi, this guy. Everyone else gets purged. Trust me. Okay, you want to rush your posters, otherwise you can't get down the Stalin path quickly. So have a high yield. Yes. Propaganda. Collect all the Pokemon cards, the commie cards. We're gonna have a lot of excess guns, so I want to play around with the game mechanics here. I'm gonna send you 30,000 guns. Just eat those 30k guns. Just eat them up. Do you know what? You can have everything else. All the tanks too. They forgot this button even existed, right? Send all button. All the planes. Have it all, Spain. If this doesn't result in a win, I'm going to be so disappointed. Spain, pull your weight. Well, my Spain. The League of Nations resolution to support Ethiopia. Hang on a second. Ethiopia's still alive? Oh! Italy! Italy! Send the people who want to go. No point in sending civilians to die in another country. Yeah, I'll go for the max option. You know what? At the same time, do you need guns, bro? Boom. Spanish gold. The German-Soviet treaty. How do we benefit from this? We don't. My disappointment is on a whole new level. Oh, no. It's ice pick time. A subtle assassination. Oh, the ice pick is even there. Boom. Off you go. Well, new friend to help. Lend-Lease. China. There we go. Okay, we're going to go for radar tech, which gives coordination, which allows you to attack the topmost division in combat. Oh, it's really complex, but trust me on this one. If you're going to have a lot of divisions stacked on top of each other, going for this one's going to be worthwhile. We'll try and stick as many smaller bonuses as possible. We'll see how we go. All the equipment I sent to Republican Spain has now gone to nationalist Spain. So disappointed. Okay, let's make a proper division. So we don't need the NKVD anymore. Boom. This is the 10 width. This is the baby we're going to spend the rest of the game with. The 10 width. Miracle. Boom. I train them. Loads of them. All of them. Put them to the top. Train them. All of them. The purge is over. And we can focus on the industry. The 5-year plan. The second 5-year plan. And the third 5-year plan. All the 5-year plans. Okay. So for a full army group, with what we're going with, it's going to be 210 divisions. Now, we're going to get lazy late game. Well, we're not even going to put generals on them. We'll put them all on one general. Like 200 divisions on one general. It's going to be cursed, but you're going to love it. Trust me. The snake has been beheaded. Rip Trotsky in the comments below. F for the Trotsky boy. Free trade? Yeah, why not? It doesn't really matter. We're not really going to be using many resources anyway. It's just going to be steel, and in fact, it'll just be steel. Purge the NKVD. Boom. And popular figurehead. We've already got 100% stability. We don't need it. Okay. Wow, there's no advisors we actually need. Okay. We're going to need a lot of manpower, though, so we'll go extensive conscription. It's a bit early, but we'll use the manpower. Trust me, at one point, we'll need it. Here we go for Super Saiyan Stalin. The OP bonuses at the bottom. All right, so we're going to have to work on a lot of passive bonuses to get lots of attack bonuses. So support weapons, infantry improvement weapons. To be honest, that's practically it. Just go from left to right on the infantry tech page. The Molotov-Ribbentrop Pact. I'll say yes. Oh, no. All right, so we need a lot of divisions now. A lot. So we're going to need at least 3 army groups. So we need another 210 divisions. Yep, more. There we go. 210. Still got 6.3 million manpower in the pool and still ticking up as well. Trust me, we'll get through all of that. Boom! Eastern Poland is ours. Build those railroads. Boom. 210 divisions. That's 2 army groups. Can we go for a 3rd one? The only downside at this point is there's so many armies, you have to micro them, so it becomes a bit of an annoyance. We'll see. Industrial modernization. You don't usually get this far on the 5-year plan path as the Soviets, because you're usually busy doing other things, but we have the ability to do it, so who cares? Right, let's hop over to strengthening our armed forces. Otherwise, we're going to have a big org penalty, and it's going to be very, very painful. And what's this? 1943 concentrated industry is available to us. Yeah, why not? Why not? Okay, here comes the tedious task. Splits, 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 and splits. Now, we need to make them all 30 divisions, each individual one, just for convenience. No, I know there'll be an overstacking penalty, but it won't be a big one, so it's not a big deal. There we go. All the boys. Boom. Oh, and Stalin is a commander. How convenient. That's pretty funny. I like that. Boom. Front line. Here we go. You know, for funsies, to make it more difficult, we're only going to have level 1 generals. Fresh, new blood. Actually, I say new blood, but I click on all these guys, and they're all like older fellas. Stalin. Defensive Doctrine. Wow, we're going to need a lot of trains for this. Is it time for another army group? Yeah. Another 210. Oh my god, so many clicks, so much RSI. There we go. And we're low on guns, so it's time to make some mills. We'll make them all in Siberia, because this is the area we're least likely to lose in a war, as long as Japan behaves. All right, so there's a few officer corps that are going to come really in handy here. Now, the first one is Tenacious Defense. So these guys are going to get an upgrade to their defense. They're level 1. They're more likely to get points into defense. That's a win-win situation. Next up, we have 2 that are kind of very similar, such as operational reserves, meaning we'll kind of suffer less casualties and less equipment losses, but we kind of want to sustain more casualties, so this is not really worth it. Now, victory or death is perfect. It basically means these guys will fight even harder when they've got lower organization. So they will continue to fight longer before they break. It's kind of like just giving organization, to be fair, but it allows them to fight at low org more competently. Boom. Status report. Army size. 307 manpower in the field. 630 divisions. Academy of Science everywhere. And finally, the father of nations. Our union is a great family of many different people, and every family needs a head. Comrade Stalin is that head, who ensues that its many children are educated in socialist thought and who guides our efforts towards a bright future. Where he is stern, but he is always guided by a sense of justice and fairness. Yeah. We get 2% recruitable pop for this. And ticking stability. So never below 100% stability. And if we are, we'll just tick up back to 100. Pretty broken. Boom. Maxed army XP. We're going to go for mass assault with mass mobilization. Why? Because it has practically unlimited reinforce rate, meaning that there's never going to be a division sat in reserve. It will always straight away get into battle, meaning there's no opportunity for retreat. They will fight until there are no Soviet troops left standing. It is time. The non-aggression pact has ended. The Germans are justifying. Okay, so we need another army group now. Same again. Split, split, and we split. Chance of low supply, very high. It starts. Okay, so the initial push is here, and you can see our reinforce rate is so insane that the minute one of our divisions falls out of line, it instantly gets reinforced immediately. It's so quick you can't even see it. The only downside is, unfortunately, we're getting pummeled by air. There's not a lot we can do about that. We have to pray for airline accidents. And in the meantime, because we're at war, we can do desperate measures now to fix some of our army issues, internal army issues. So it looks like here they're pushing, but the problem is that there's going to be a lot of troops reinforcing over and over again. So it's going to be difficult to keep up the offensive. I think what we'll do here is just make a big field marshal front line. Now there'll be 9.6 width, a number that's a little bit unsettling. Makes you feel a little bit anxious, right? Yeah? Where are the happy rounded numbers, Paradox? Come on. Oh, we have our first break. And it is, funnily enough, the Romanians. Well, the German divisions, but it's from Romanian territory. Let's look at the casualties. All right, we've lost 300k. And the Germans have lost 250k. So we can keep doing this, you know? You can keep going. This could be our thing. We've got the manpower to lose. We've got a total of 10 million manpower banked, ready for this perfect opportunity. Probably going to be more than this because we've just got human wave offensive, so we can get another 5% of this. So it's going to be 15 to 20 million manpower. Bring it on. We ever going to run out of manpower? No. And we ever going to run out of guns? We're producing 1,000 a day. So no, probably not. Maxed out Doctrine, specialized in guerrilla tactics, which narrows the combat width, which is really good for us because they have all the firepower, and it also severely neuters their ability to do damage. Spartans, hold! Fellow human wave boyos, also hold! War support loss from casualties, just hitting 10%. That's actually not too bad. You know, I thought it was going to be effective, but I don't think it was going to be this effective because I'm never going to run out of guns. I'm never going to run out of manpower. So there's never really going to be a point where I'm going to be breakable. 1.35 million manpower lost. Germans have lost just shy of 1 million. This is not a good ratio for them at all. They've got full air power, railway artilleries, armor, artillery, and I've got World War I bolt action rifles. And we get this. When your comrade drops the rifle, you pick up the rifle and shoot. Remember, initially they were at their weakest because we had really bad generals. And at this point, it's only going to get worse for them because our generals are going to get level up. They're going to become infantry experts. They're going to get decent stats. It's only going to get worse from here. I will say one thing in their favor, though. They're damaging our divisions really quickly because these divisions are just infantry. So, okay, status report. We have a few tiles here broken by the Germans in the north. In the center, we have one single province taken by the Hungarians. And then the original Romanian push. 1 year in. How are we doing? So we've not had a single division completely get disbanded yet from a lack of HP, which is good. Our contribution is 32%, which is pretty good to say we've only just joined the war. We have lost 5.75 million manpower, and the Germans have lost 2.1. Okay, the ratios are kind of moving away from our favor. I can see that. However, you've got another 50 manpower to go. Bring it on. All right, let's reconsolidate the front lines. What we're going to do is cancel everyone's front lines and just make a full field marshal front line for both army groups. Boom. And there we go. At the same time, we'll just get these guys in on the back line, just if there's any gaps that can cause issues with the moving of the front lines. Sometimes they leave gaps because that's the way the AI is. So right now we have a total of 625 divisions and 4.1 million manpower on the front line to the Germans. Lost a total of 30 war support directly from casualties, all of it from casualties. It's really hard to lose too much war support or stability as the Soviet Union because you've got so many bonuses inside of your focus tree to keep propping it up, you know? At this point, the Japanese might be a little bit sus, you know, like, why are there so many Russian weapons in China? Sent a total of 330,000 guns to China. Sussy. Sus. Maxed out all our passive bonuses. Even managed to get night vision too as well. Won't run out of things to research. The front line has moved ever so slightly forward. I think the Polish territory has now all been taken. We're actually hitting core territory now. Yes, we are. And a few divisions have completely disbanded due to lack of strength. So you know what we do? We just reinforce them. While you've got reserves, boys. Back to the front. All right, 0 manpower. Let's scrape that barrel. Okay, let's make sure every single Soviet man, woman, and child will be enlisted. The amount of cast damage per day is insane. Ukraine's not too bad, but Eastern Poland, it was hitting like 100, 200 per day. Why does it keep doing this in the latest patch? Portugal joins the Axis, and then because of that, Spain has joined the Allies. What's going on? And Turkey's just declared war on me. Historical game, by the way. After 5 years of battling, back and forths, the Eastern Front is silent. No, silence you. Silence. Silence. Oh, I've seen this before. So the Allies invaded Italy. They had a civil war, but they were kicked out of Italy. So now Italy is a puppet of Germany, and there's no other counter puppet posing force on the other side. Not that it matters really, because the Allies have creeped into Spain. Napoleon's thorn in his side was Spain, and so is Hitler. I think it's time for the counteroffensive. We're going to put them on careful. I don't want them to attack unless they know they can certainly win. And off they go. All right, last month. Here we go. Let's watch the casualty count increase. So within 1 day, we've lost 50,000 men. We're 2 weeks in and it's 250,000. Oh boy. 500,000. Not looking like any straight victories on this front line. It's losses all across the front. And 1 month's losses came to just 1.2 million. Oh, that's insane. So that means we can continue this offensive for about 5 months, and then we'll run out of manpower completely. Scraping the barrel, 0 manpower, Russia. The front line has been broken, and GG. That's almost GG anyway. This front line's been encircled. With this front line, it's kind of broken, but there's gaps in the front line. What I'm curious about is from the German perspective. They're on scraping the barrel too. Oh, and they have 34,000 manpower left. Are we going to see a 0 manpower Germany? It is ticking down. It's ticking down. And there we go, boys. 1949 Germany scraping the barrel. 0 manpower. Flatlined German population. GG. Never mind, German manpower hitting 0. Look at that number ticking down. 200k, 100k. Oh, the 200k just appeared from nowhere. 150k, back to 100k, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. It has been done. Scraping the barrel, Germany, 0 manpower. Scraping the barrel, Soviet Union, 0 manpower. And the final numbers. We lost 48 million manpower. Almost 49. That's pretty impressive. Germany lost 5.7 million to us, but a total of 5.8 million, which actually doesn't feel that high. But that's only the ones they lost to us. That doesn't include what they lost to the Allies. Interesting. However, you're probably thinking, hang on, Soviet Union running out of manpower, that's not realistic. Yeah, that's true. I kind of cheated. Look, there's like 4.4 million manpower in these armies because I made this division a little bit bigger. 10 width miracle. Okay, probably 16 width miracle. Cheeky lies. Boom. You've watched it. You can't unwatch it. And keep watching it. This is the next video. Give this one a click. This one.